Michelle Miller from CBS Saturday Morning. Welcome to The Dish. Fall is finally here, and restaurants across the country are ready to introduce their customers to seasonal flavors sure to delight any palate. Today, we're exploring 3 restaurants you should visit this autumn. We take a trip to Chicago to visit a neighborhood hangout highlighting local produce. Then we head to New York's Hudson Valley, where one chef has restored a space almost as old as the nation for her wood-fired cuisine. But we begin at a restaurant in Brooklyn's Carroll Gardens. The area is known for its deep Italian roots, but when restaurateur Sal Tangs was told a space became vacant in the neighborhood, he knew what was missing: a Chinese restaurant. Nancy Chin sat down with Lamboglia and his partner, Wilson Tang, who have created a menu full of nostalgic Chinese-American cuisine at Sal Tangs.
People call it old school. As the years goes on, there's always change, but the roots are strong here.
Over the decades, plenty has evolved in Brooklyn's idyllic Carroll Gardens neighborhood.
This is one of the main streets in your neighborhood.
Yeah, this is Henry Street.
But for Chef Sal Tangs, it's the deep Italian-American culture, anchored by places like Mazzola Bakery, that drew him here in the first place.
But it's going to be like a little bit spicy, and then it's sort of like any ends of the meats that you want to put in it.
The lard bread, a local favorite.
Take a piece
Do I
off.
just
Rip
take
it
a
off.
chunk?
Yeah, rip it right off.
All right, it smells delicious. Ooh.
Lamboglia, who began working in Italian delis at age 11, has recently added to the neighborhood, with 4 restaurants of his own.
So this was the first place you opened in the neighborhood?
Yeah, we just turned 3 in May.
That includes the beloved favorite, Cafe Spaghetti, where one longtime food critic dubbed the pasta the best he's tasted all year. Then 2 years ago, he was approached about taking over a vacant space just a few blocks away.
And right away I thought Chinese.
Why was it a Chinese restaurant that came
You
to
know
mind?
what? I grew up in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. My parents are both born in Naples, Italy. And we didn't go out to eat Italian food. We went out to eat Chinese food.
Congratulations,
Thank you
man.
so much. And I felt that was missing in this little patch of Carroll Gardens.
So what was that reaction when you said, hey, I'm going to open up a Chinese-American restaurant here?
No one believed it.
What he needed, he decided, was a partner, someone like Wilson Tang.
I have never opened a restaurant in Brooklyn. I'm a Manhattan kid, Chinatown kid.
Tang also grew up in restaurants. His family is behind Nam Wah, the oldest continuously running restaurant in New York's Chinatown. That Tang has expanded to 3 more locations. And he's also a partner in Cha Cha Tang, an eatery serving Hong Kong-style Cantonese dishes in New York's West Village. After the two connected through mutual friends, the result is Sal Tangs. Nostalgic Chinese-American cuisine with elevated hospitality and neighborhood vibes.
It's not the typical Chinese takeout with the bulletproof glass, you know. It's a
Still
lot
good,
nicer.
though. Still very good. Still very good, though.
Overseeing the kitchen is Chef Dorn Wong, who helped prepare the meal for our dish. We start with a cucumber salad tossed in soy sauce, cilantro, and chili sauce.
So it's really, really bright, light, great for starting.
It's very refreshing.
Wonton chips with a house dipping sauce, this one freshly made.
You know, I remember when I was a kid, like my dad would make like 5-gallon those soy sauce buckets, like just gallons and gallons of sauce, and they would last for weeks.
Yeah.
Over the meal, I also got a taste of some New York City sarcasm.
Do I scoop it out and...
Oh, that's more than enough.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's good. Here, take some of that.
Yeah, save some for us too. You know, if we're gonna.
I'm sorry, we're supposed to share.
Yeah.
There's plenty of Sal Tangs egg rolls, though, to go around.
This is your epitome of classic Chinese American, right?
Times 100.
Yeah, times 100.
Big
yeah.
egg roll.
A Tang family recipe updated for the restaurant.
To me, it's a staple.
It's really nostalgic too. I don't think there's any like really Chinese American restaurants that don't have an egg roll
Yep.
on their menu.
Yep.
And we can't skip over the dim sum, which includes plenty of dumplings and pot stickers.
They're very hot, right out of the steamer.
Oh.
The way it should be. The way it should be. So good. My favorite.
The love of restaurants is something both men inherited. After graduating college, Tang worked on Wall Street, but eventually changed course, just like Lamboglia, unable to resist the lure of the family business.
We're both restaurant kids at the end of the day. I mean, like, both our parents were immigrants too. For my family, my dad has been in the restaurant business since he came in the 70s.
And I know for you, your dad was a chef and your uncles were a butcher and a baker.
Yeah, everyone pretty much just worked in food. Growing up, my dad, who now works at Cafe Spaghetti, makes all the tiramisu.
Oh, your dad still works there?
He still works there, yeah. Fuck you, Ka. With the Ka, yeah. His first job in America was on Mulberry Street, right in Little Italy.
You come from two different neighborhoods, two different walks of life, but very similar upbringings.
Our dads worked pretty much in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
My father worked down on Mulberry Street for almost 20 years. They probably walked past each other many days.
Yeah, my dad was on Mott Street, just one block over.
That brings us to our second course.
This is the main event. These are some of our most popular entrees.
They include branzino, pan-seared, skinned down in a black bean sauce.
And here we have,
The
ta-da.
big reveal. Ooh.
And of course, fried rice. Lamboglia and Tang are also tinkering with ways of making some classic dishes their own.
This is our General Tso's sesame chicken cutlet. It's sort of like this Brooklyn American Chinese style.
Yeah.
A lot of sesame seeds crusted with that cutlet, then we pan-sear it, and then that delicious brown sauce over the top.
A relatively new addition to a menu that's likely to evolve along with their partnership.
So this is actually one of my favorites at the restaurant, where we both are able to kind of like look at it and identify it as a New York, Brooklyn, New York kind of thing, where we're kind of bridging cultures between Cantonese American, Chinese American, however you want to call it. As long as you enjoy it, that's all we ask for.
That's it.
Up next, we visit the 2024 James Beard Award-winning restaurant for hospitality. Jason Hamill opened Lula Cafe in Chicago's Logan Square back in 1999. He's committed to using locally sourced ingredients in his recipes while also highlighting seasonal fare. Dana Jacobson sat down with Hamill to discuss why Lula Cafe is a favorite for casual diners and foodies alike.
A neighborhood staple in Northwest Chicago's Logan Square, Lula Cafe has become a favorite for both casual diners and foodies by embracing comfort and creativity in its menu. The intention set by owner Jason Hamill, who shared some of his favorites and his story of opening back in 1999 without the usual culinary aspirations.
My wife and I were not chefs. We kind of accidentally came into this business because we wanted to create a space for the artists and the friends that we had.
A place like Hamill had found when the then 20-something aspiring writer first moved to Chicago.
I stumbled on this cafe. Everybody's smoking, drinking espresso, the music's loud. It became super important to me and like my community. Then the cafe closed. And Leah and I were able to take it over and start our own thing in the same space. And then we had to learn how to cook.
Creating the space itself, the easier task. Hamill's wife, Amalia, or Leah, an artist, curating works of art that from the beginning have earned praise in their own right.
Ordering 2 vegetarian tasting.
To create the menu, they started with what they knew, the foods of their families.
The first time we opened, it was a real mix of my wife's Greek heritage and I'm from an Italian family on the East Coast. So we just sort of threw things together and they ended up sticking to the menu for now almost 26 years.
Dishes like their spaghetti with pancetta and a sweet and spicy salsa rosa.
It has like this kind of Roman vibe, and then the sauce is made both with dried and sweet chilies. It has this aromatic Italy, Mexico mashup. To me, that kind of cooking is it's kind of 90s.
It's got a nice little kick too, which I love, those chilies.
A pasta yaya with feta, garlic, brown butter, and cinnamon.
It smells so good. You need smell-o-vision, I always say,
Yeah,
to do this. The moment it was brought out, just smells so good.
And I always say that this dish, the cinnamon, is surprising, and I always want people to be a little bit surprised by it.
Also contributing to Lula Cafe's early gastronomic footprint time Hamill spent living abroad.
And so I actually lived in Italy for a while before I moved here. And I got this apartment, sight unseen, right outside of a market where I'd go and I'd see the vendors bringing stuff in early in the morning, and you could shop for fish and meats and the most amazing vegetables you've ever seen. And like, I was writing. I wasn't thinking about the food then, but it tapped into something about seasonal cooking, about knowing the history and the stories behind where your food comes from.
Yeah.
That and ended up informing my life as a chef completely.
As for learning the mechanics in the kitchen,
Well, if it was now, it'd be easy because there's the internet. But in 1999, there were books, and I'm a writer and a reader, so I really studied the books of Alice Waters. Richard Olney has a beautiful book. Elizabeth David was a writer that I loved. So I read all those and dived in, real deep. I mean, there's so many great examples of books that were really designed to teach, and I owe all my technical knowledge to reading in those years.
but the key to success has been going beyond the technical, dotting the menu with simple but sublime offerings highlighting seasonal fare, like asparagus with wild onion sous vide and Stilton blue cheese. Rushing Waters trout from Wisconsin, its sauce made of fava beans and trout roe. And a dish of grilled lion's mane mushrooms mixed with spring vegetables and crispy lentils.
Lion's mane mushrooms are these giant, like puffball-looking things that when you cook them, turn really meaty and rich.
This mushroom is insane.
They are insane.
It's like not a mushroom.
Yeah, it's like a piece of meat, right?
That lion's mane, grown less than 4 miles from Lula Cafe at 4-Star Mushrooms,
It is very science fiction-y.
showcasing Hamill's commitment to locally sourced foods.
It looks like either like dough or a Shar-Pei puppy. I don't know which.
They're grown with a lot of care, intention around like humidity and temperature, of course. Sustainability is at the core of what they do, but they're just like perfect specimens.
Still, it's not just the mushrooms which enrich the dish.
We took our whole team there. The best part is you get to meet the people behind it, and then when they're on the line, cooking the mushroom, glazing it, and like putting the lacquer on it, like they have a different response to it.
From the ingredients, to the kitchen, to the table,
Chef 2 freeze all day. I'm looking for course 2.
Jason Hamill has led with intention every step of the way. The result? A butterfly effect for everyone who walks through the Lula Cafe doors.
And the hardest part of leadership in a kitchen is not the cooking at all. It's about creating the cultures in your workspace that support people, that provide people with growth, that really engage and educate your team. Like, we're sharing a meal right now. This is a hospitality business, and hospitality is about extending kindness and care to others.
We're celebrating 25 years. We started in 1999. And I have to say thank you to everyone who's worked with us now and in the past.
You guys won a James
We
Beard
did.
Award
We did
for
last year for
hospitality.
hospitality.
What did that mean to you?
I mean, it's a highlight of my life because that's a team award. Like, hospitality, it's not like about what happens at the table necessarily. Hospitality is also what happens between cooks and dishwashers, between servers and bartenders, and then that kind of energy, it comes out in the space.
Next up, how one chef turned an 18th century tavern into a very popular dining destination. Claire DeBoer opened Stissing House in New York's Hudson Valley with a vision. She wanted to create a space where comfort and entertainment are priority. Stissing House made Food and Wine's best restaurants list this year. So I sat down with DeBoer to discuss her modern take on wood-fired classics. This place is almost as old as the nation.
It is. It's from 1782.
And it survived all this time.
This building's had very many lives. It's been a schoolhouse, it's been a boarding house, it's been a brothel. A French restaurant, and we took it over 3 years ago.
At Stissing House, deep in New York's historic Hudson Valley, chef and owner Claire DeBoer has returned a storied establishment to its Revolutionary era charm.
Everything is being roasted in the wood-fired oven, cooked in the coals, grilled over the wood fire, or spit roasted in the hearth.
Wow. That looks yummy. Each space here offers something different.
I don't think there's a better place to be on a Saturday night than perched over here.
A full bar in the main room, anchored by original wood beams and plank floors.
There's all these little rooms with very different personalities because it's kind of like a home.
And there's George.
There's George, yep. He loved Stissing House. Rumor has it he slept here many times, and Lafayette as well.
Oh, wow.
And we're going into the fireplace dining room here.
Wow.
And that there was the beehive oven that they used to bake all the bread. And we actually still use this fire for roasting our s'mores and char grilling sausages.
No matter the station, DeBoer's goal is to create a space where comfort and entertainment are the priority.
We're in the lounge now with a fireplace. There's a bowl of peanuts. They're there because we want people to sort of get stuck in and throw the shells on the floor, throw them in the fire, and feel totally comfortable.
She credits it all with her upbringing.
So I grew up in India and Dubai. My dad's Dutch, my mum's British. And I came to college in the US and then went back to the UK to work at the River Cafe in London.
But before then, you were in an entirely
I skip over that.
different industry.
I spent a hot minute at Goldman Sachs, but I didn't last.
You didn't last, or it didn't last.
I was more interested in like dressing my salad at lunchtime than I was in doing my my real work. So no, that was short-lived.
DeBoer found her real passion while studying at the Ballymaloe Cookery School in Ireland before coming to New York, where she eventually co-founded King and was nominated as a 2018 James Beard Rising Star Chef. The secret to her success? Simplicity, as we found out while sampling a few Stissing House specialties. We start with their smoked ham and cheese with a side of English mustard.
We don't make the cheese, but we brine and smoke the ham ourselves, and it's very finely sliced.
The color is just fantastic. I love it.
This is the cold roasted artichoke. I love artichokes, top favorite food of mine. And to do more to it, but not do too much to it, we roast it in the wood fire, which really gives it kind of that smokiness.
Next, oven roasted beets with yogurt, topped with mint.
Local hung yogurt, so nice and sour with the sweetness of the citrus and the herbs. And
What else is on there?
I think you're reacting to the mint. Yeah.
A roasted halibut atop white beans and confit wild mushrooms. The crisp on this is...
Make sure you try the mushrooms there.
Oh, that was the first thing that went in my mouth.
Well, my grandfather was a mushroom farmer. That was his business.
Perfect.
And my grandmother was an excellent cook, and he would send us out and we would pick the cos lettuce for our lunch and get the berries, and we would come back and we would cook with my grandmother. So she was kind of the first influence, I guess.
DeBoer hopes every dish tugs on a memory, like her corn bathed in basil butter. It takes me back to my grandmother's cornbread. It tastes like, I couldn't tell if it was the smell or the first touch of taste on my lips, but that's never happened before.
That's great.
And it took me back. You speak of nostalgia. I mean, it took me back to my grandmother. I don't know what, it's the smell. And the star? Spit roasted chicken along with roasted potatoes.
It's as plain as it gets, just really crisp skin and sort of clear tasting juices.
I have to try to see if the breast is as juicy as the thigh.
How'd we do?
The breast is my favorite part.
Oh, really?
So it's perfect.
Good. I know every family needs some brown meat and some white meat.
Oh, yeah. I love that. For dessert, a coconut cake and strawberry cobbler with a scoop of chamomile ice cream. I love a chef that's eating.
That's kind of why you get into the job.
These are just strawberries. There's no other berry in here. They're
Just strawberry.
I don't taste any tartness.
We macerate them and then hang them and then really reduce all the juices that run out.
For DeBoer, finding her way to Stissing House was kismet.
The restaurant was previously here, had closed down. Just found out I was pregnant the day that I saw this.
Almost like a beautiful omen.
Beautiful. Well, we came and saw it, and I was like, I can't do this, obviously. And my husband was like, this is the first time I've seen you light up like that in a while. You can't not.
And she has. Claire DeBoer has taken what was once just a convenient resting spot for weary travelers and turned it into a sought-after destination.
You know, when I wrote my business plan, I was like, not sure this is going to be feasible. I was like, you know, we're expecting about 10 to 20 customers on a Monday and a Friday, and I think we'll really get to the 40, 50 level on the weekend. And now I actually pinch myself when I'm driving up on a Saturday night and there's 140 people in the building and there's someone that's getting married upstairs, there's a dance party in this room, there's a shrimp boil in that room, and then there's like 80 people sitting down in the tavern having dinner, and I just can't believe it.
For more stories like these and live coverage of breaking news, stream us right here on CBS News 24/7. I'm Michelle Miller. We'll see you next time for another helping of The Dish.